Hello, Boilermakers. My name is Justin Hess, and I'm an associate professor in the School of Engineering Education here at Purdue University. Today, we're exploring two of the most innovative, flexible, and student-centered undergraduate pathways in Purdue engineering: multidisciplinary engineering and interdisciplinary engineering studies. Students who come into our program see engineering problems everywhere. They see engineering methods as being useful for a broad set of problems. That involves integrating a wide range of knowledge. There are students who have crossover interests or capabilities. They're path makers or students open to a non-traditional pathway, and they're willing to put in the work to navigate that pathway. Our students believe a traditional program may not be the right fit for them, or it might be too restrictive. If this sounds like you, keep watching. The unofficial mascot of our undergraduate programs is the purple squirrel. In industry, a purple squirrel describes someone with just the right mix of technical depth, creativity, systems thinking, and people-centered skills to excel in complex roles. That's exactly the kind of engineer our undergraduate programs will help you become. In our programs, you will leave with the knowledge and skills to follow a human-centered design process, integrate knowledge across multiple domains, be a creative and adaptable problem solver, and situate engineering designs in social contexts. You also become comfortable collaborating and working across distinct fields and disciplines. There are several key academic differences between our two undergraduate programs. Multidisciplinary engineering is an ABET accredited Bachelor of Science in Engineering degree. ABET accreditation means the degree meets national and global standards for engineering rigor, and it supports students who want to become practicing engineers, pursue professional licensure, or work in technical fields where accreditation matters. We have 9 MDE concentrations, which we will unpack here in a bit. Interdisciplinary engineering studies shares a similar foundation with MD, but it prepares students for different end goals. IDS is a non-ABET Bachelor of Science degree for students who want the strength of an engineering mindset, but may pursue careers outside of traditional engineering practice. Between both programs, we generally have 80 to 100 students, with nearly equal representation of females as males. We boast small classes and personalized attention, and students often gather at a designated community gathering and study area called the Nest. This is on the first floor in the Neil Armstrong building. Now let's dive further into the multidisciplinary engineering program. Students thrive in MD often want to integrate multiple engineering areas, want to blend engineering with another passion, such as policy, design, medicine, performance, or sustainability. They seek flexibility, albeit within guardrails, and they enjoy an entrepreneurial approach to shaping their education. Finally, they want a future they design, not one that's necessarily prepackaged. The multidisciplinary engineering degree offers a Bachelor of Science in Engineering for students interested in exploring engineering at the cross-section of other disciplines.
Our students come in with interests sometimes that lay outside of the technical areas.
Students have the opportunity to develop their own plan of study. Flexibility is built into our curriculum so students can pursue their passions. So multidisciplinary engineering traces its origins all the way back to 1969 when school established a program in interdisciplinary engineering. We've historically framed ourselves as the incubator for new programs.
The biomedical engineering program, the nuclear engineering program came out of that IDE program when they started to get big enough to warrant their own school.
We formally saw ABET accreditation in 2005 and received it in 2006, which means you get the same rigorous technical training that you would get from any other Bachelor of Science in Engineering or related degree.
The rigor of the program matches that of every other Purdue program because the majority of the courses our students take are within the other disciplines, but they get to span from mechanical to electrical to civil and all the other disciplines depending on their plan of study.
I was able to pick exactly what I wanted to take while still being in an ABET accredited engineering program.
You have this like candy bowl where your major is in. So you mix them up together, that's your major.
We have 9 concentrations, and over time we're developing new concentrations all the time, and often when we develop a new concentration it's because there's a critical mass of interest in an area or an industry need.
I have a background as an actor. All throughout high school I did acting, theater, and so multidisciplinary engineering at Purdue is where I found I wanted to be as an engineer because I could combine those interests.
I really enjoy art and design, being able to combine like
both the non-technical and technical aspects of engineering.
This major gave me a perfect understanding of the engineering base and helped me combine that with my passion in business, entrepreneurship, and innovation.
I do like being able to study such a specific field of acoustical engineering where you really wouldn't get that anywhere else.
I think it's the ability to choose classes and courses and electives you really like.
It definitely allows you to create your own path. I think the flexibility allows me to explore a lot of different areas within those interests that I have.
Every class I take, I know it was my choice to take it, and it just makes me care a little extra about it and really want to understand what I'm learning because I chose to take it.
So as a relatively smaller program with about 100 undergraduate students from sophomore year through senior year, we kind of all know each other. The faculty and staff really support each other.
We have a really great group of professors and advisors that really help and support us and really guide us to help us figure out what's next for us and get to that next point. And just having that community support from our faculty and staff is just really incredible.
One thing we're proud of is the high industry placement of our students.
Our students, often when they enter the workforce, their employers see that they are unique and uniquely qualified.
Theater engineering has given me the projects and the experience to be able to communicate with scenic designers, technical directors, producers, costume designers, and also civil engineers, mechanical engineers, industrial engineers of all backgrounds.
What's cool about our program is the range of industries that students go into. We have students at companies like Disney coming from our theater concentration. We have folks at JP Morgan, right, doing stuff in the finance space.
But really there's no limit to what our students go into, and they're really unique to any type of industry job.
I want to design products and I want to improve people's lives.
I want to make environments quieter so people are more comfortable in them.
I want to design and build the next greatest theme park attraction.
I want to build the next generation of satellites to change our understanding of the world.
I want to help and create a more positive impact on society currently and lead it to a direction that is beneficial for more.
One of the biggest benefits of our multidisciplinary engineering program is your ability to choose from 9 distinct concentrations, each combining a strong engineering foundation with specialized or integrative depth. We offer a lot of variety in our concentrations, but a common denominator among them all is a strong emphasis on the human aspect, a broader context, and a strong emphasis on design thinking. We will go into detail on each concentration here next. Acoustical engineering studies how sound behaves, how people perceive it, and how we design environments, products, and systems around it. Students often link engineering with architecture, psychology, music, or product design. Consultant roles are common in this concentration, as made evident through our 3 alumni featured here. For example, Devin works with Cincio, where he consults about AV and acoustics, lighting design, IT data networks, security, and theater systems. Gabrielle works with Acantech, a multidisciplinary acoustics, technology, and vibration consulting firm within strategic U.S. offices. Our next concentration, engineering management, blends entrepreneurial engineering, management, organizational leadership, and business. It's great for students interested in leading teams, managing technology in large organizations who aspire to start their own businesses. You'll find our engineering management grads in engineering and tech companies, but also in companies that leverage an engineering mindset to innovate and lead. For example, Zach works with Train, an HVAC leader in equipment fulfillment for commercial HVAC systems, and Abraham manages project development life cycles of 13 manufacturing solutions and business spanning over 7 businesses in security and engineering. General engineering, our next concentration, is a pathway that you can build around your interests. Students combine interests and prepare for unique careers in a range of different ways. Common to all of our students, though, is a strong foundation in engineering. Our general engineering find themselves pursuing a bunch of different careers, as shown by our alumni featured here. So Chris, for example, developed his own company, Pluto Aerospace, where he pursues rapid technology development for hypersonics and other suborbital applications. Our next concentration, humanitarian engineering, applies engineering to support communities and improve quality of life around the world. These students integrate technical depth with ethics, policy, culture, or human-centered design. Our 2 alumni featured here have pursued careers in environmental-related areas, such as with a focus on disaster response, relief delivery, and human, environmental, political systems, where engineering and policy meet. Next, our theater engineering concentration blends engineering with live performance and entertainment technology. Think animatronics, pyrotechnics, special effects, rigging, and large-scale event production. Brings engineering into the world of live performance and entertainment. Think Lady Gaga, ski jumps for the Olympics. These students create experiences with safety, reliability, and efficiency in mind. Most of our theater students go into work in other areas of entertainment and engineering. For example, Ashley is a technical designer for PRG Scenic Technologies, where she is responsible for designing and modeling a multitude of scenic projects for Broadway shows, national tours, and concerts. Shep co-founded Shep Technologies to make it easier than ever to add interactive physical elements to live productions. Visual design engineering finds a focus on CAD or CAE, modeling, and data science. This incorporates user-focused design, where our students integrate aesthetics with function. Our visual design engineers go into really cool directions. For example, with Nintendo, Eugene troubleshoots infrastructure and code while leading testing for myriad products and services. Lighting engineering explores how light interacts with materials and people. These students study optics, illumination design, human perception, and the technologies behind lighting systems. Our next concentration, educational engineering, combines engineering with learning sciences to improve STEM teaching and learning environments and educational technologies. This program is ideal for students inspired by education, communication, and systems of learning, or perhaps students interested in pursuing a graduate degree in the School of Engineering Education here at Purdue. Finally, nanoengineering integrates quantum physics, material science, and biosciences with engineering to design solutions at extremely small scales. This can range from medical diagnostics to advanced materials and clean energy. These students develop deep knowledge of how things work in the nanospace. Space elevators, anyone? As you can see in this graphic, our concentrations vary in terms of emphasis, with disciplines ranging from business and enterprises and leadership, social sciences, arts and entertainment, and sciences. MDA graduates we think of as integrators. These are engineers who see the big picture, communicate across specialties, and help teams work together effectively. In particular, our students learn to integrate engineering with other engineering and non-engineering knowledge and skills. Throughout all of the concentrations, there's a strong emphasis on the human aspect and broader context. Design thinking, so no matter the concentration, our students get both breadth and depth, the engineering, the intersection of non-engineering areas. This slide provides an example plan of study from academic year 2024-2025, and this is for our general engineering concentration. You can find a plan of study for each of our concentrations by following the QR code listed here and navigating to the concentration that you're interested in. I want to emphasize 2 key points. First, our program offers flexibility and choice. In particular, students can choose up to 10 electives, including 5 area electives, and other science and general education electives as shown in white boxes on the right and bottom of this screen. Given the interdisciplinary nature of our students' interests, this is by design. This also affords students the opportunity to pursue minors, certificates, and double majors, a point I will return to towards the end of this presentation. Now I'm joined by Ethan and Ava, 2 of our MDE students. Thank you for joining me today.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
So this is for our first year students, and the first question I think that's pertinent for our audience is, why did you choose MDE?
I chose multidisciplinary engineering because it was a way for me to combine interests that some of the other majors didn't quite align with. I was an actor before coming into engineering, and so I have this background in storytelling and entertainment, and I wanted to pursue theater engineering as a career option. I want to go into entertainment for engineering, and so multidisciplinary engineering allowed me to combine those 2 interests in a way that I wasn't able to.
Great. Ava?
Well, I always knew I wanted to pursue an engineering degree, but I also didn't want to have to sacrifice my interests and my love for art. And so learning about the multidisciplinary program here at Purdue, the visual design concentration is what really piqued my interest. So over my experience, I've been able to sort of tailor my engineering education to get both the fundamental engineering education tailored more towards design with all the CAD courses and the art classes I've been able to take.
Yeah, great. And thank you for touching on your concentration a little bit. And so maybe you'll build on that in this question. But what do you think makes MD unique?
Yeah, the flexibility. Multidisciplinary engineering gives a lot of flexibility to what classes you take, what schools you get to take them in, and even in your area concentration, what kinds of courses you get to have. Taking industrial engineering, civil, mechanical, electrical, every kind of engineering that I can take on top of going and taking 500 level theater classes has been just amazing.
Great, Ava?
I agree. I would say to add to that, the multidisciplinary engineering program here is one of the smaller programs that I've really enjoyed being a part of. So our core faculty, our professors, and our advisor really are in your corner always. They definitely feel like your team. Everyone wants to see you succeed while you're in school and after you graduate. So everyone's always super accessible and willing to help. So you get both this personal education experience while still having access to the resources that come with belonging to the School of Engineering.
Yeah, amazing. Thank you for talking on the student-centered nature of the program. Next question I know our first years are interested in hearing about is the careers. So how does this program get you to where you want to go?
Yeah, my interests are a little bit what some people might call niche, but one thing I've really enjoyed about MDE is within entertainment, you can be any kind of engineer, and theater engineering has allowed me to explore what that looks like. Taking controls classes, taking machine design, structures, hydraulics over in civil engineering, all sorts of different things. And then going and learning how that applies to entertainment in my theater courses has really given me an idea of how I can be any kind of engineer in entertainment, which is something you might not get over in some of the other traditional schools. So this has actually allowed me to explore what I really am most passionate about in this industry, which is design engineering. I want to go be an engineer over in themed entertainment, working as a design engineer specifically, working with creatives and the IP to generate a new attraction that has never been seen before.
Yeah, I'm excited to see what you come up with. Ava?
I like to add that the multidisciplinary program here has a very strong alumni network. So I've gotten to talk with a lot of our alumni on different occasions, either with the Multidisciplinary Student Society or sometimes during some of our major specific classes, we'll call them in and be able to talk and ask questions, which has been really helpful. The network is really helpful for a lot of our students. And also to add, I think the flexibility of a multidisciplinary track really helps you tailor your education to best prepare you for your experience after you graduate.
Great. So we have alumni going back to 1969. So shout out. Last question for you is thinking about the types of students in our program. What types of students in particular do you think will thrive in our program?
Students who are self-starters. We have to sometimes explain what multidisciplinary engineering is to the industry. And that's both a product of it being small, but also it's a benefit that we have because we get to define who we are with no strings attached. I get to go in an interview and say, I am a theater engineer. Here is what that means, and here is why I am different than another kind of engineer and why you should hear me out. It gets us thinking about how we define ourselves and what our who we are as an engineer before all of our other peers in the College of Engineering.
Yeah, I love that thinking of your story and identity. That's great. Ava?
I would say if you're anything like me and you've always really loved learning but never felt a super strong pull towards one discipline or another, I would say the MDE program has a lot of really interesting and exciting concentrations you should definitely explore. I know I found my place in visual design concentration where I've been able to combine and explore my interests fully. I would also say that to really thrive in MDE, you do have to show some initiative when it comes to finding and making opportunities for yourself. But if you do have interests that span several disciplines, MDE can be a place where you can come together and explore them all.
I'm going to ask my bonus question because I love your responses and the interdisciplinary nature of your work. So who do you find yourself working with that our first year engineers watching the video might not think about?
Yeah, I'm working with students across almost every school in the College of Engineering. I've worked with EEE, civil, nuclear, mechanical, electrical, industrial. But then I go over and I take courses in the Department of Theater where I'm working with sound, lighting, scenic design students, technical direction, master's students, way more directly than you interact with master's students in the College of Engineering too, taking courses alongside them as students rather than being taught by them or having them be a TA for me. And so I'm getting these hands-on opportunities with people outside of my college, outside of my major, outside of my discipline, which really sort of expands how I work with people and who I work with in a way that you might not get in another college.
Great. Thank you, Ethan. Ava?
I would say I've also had the privilege of being able to take classes in almost all of the schools of engineering. I spend a lot of my time in art and design. Right now I'm in an advanced textiles course, which has been really exciting. I've gotten to explore tapestry, loom weaving, some wet felting, needle felting, embroidery, beading, just to name a few. And I think I've been able to spend a lot of time over there kind of exploring what I'm interested in thanks to this path. So I've also been able to be a part of a research project where we've been collecting a series of old Japanese print books and materials, which has been a really cool experience that I didn't think I would even know to look for if I wasn't on this track.
Awesome. As Ava and Ethan mentioned, our students have opportunities to learn about and practice engineering design throughout their coursework. This is evident in the junior level design course I teach, or in another design selective students choose outside of our school. No matter what, before they graduate, MDE students must demonstrate acquired skills and make use of their acquired knowledge through a major, culminating design experience. We refer to this as the capstone design experience. This final year experience is the ultimate opportunity for students to provide evidence that they are prepared for work in engineering practice. All of our design curriculums emphasize human-centered and compassionate design. They work in teams with wide-ranging interests and expertise, and they all work on ill-defined, uncertain problems. A capstone design challenge may include local or global contexts, specific industry partners or clients, or they might draw upon local government and not-for-profit communities of need. In some semesters, these may even be tied to a select theme. Now let's shift to our second program, Interdisciplinary Engineering Studies, or IDES for short. IDES is a non-ABET accredited program that provides an engineering foundation for non-engineering careers. It's built for pre-med, pre-law, policy, business, education, entrepreneurship, and other areas that might fall outside of the wheelhouse of technical engineering. It offers more coursework flexibility outside of engineering when compared to multidisciplinary engineering. This program is a great fit for students who want an engineering foundation but may not want to pursue engineering licensure. Students who plan to attend medical, law, or graduate school in a non-engineering field, or students who aim to work in a professional field or perhaps a tech-adjacent or innovation-oriented industry. Thank you. Now I'm excited to be joined by Coleman, one of our students in our IDES program. Coleman, thank you for joining.
Thank you for having me, Professor. Appreciate it.
Oh, you're very welcome. So Coleman, why did you choose IDES?
I chose IDES because I simply wanted to touch a different number of subjects. I felt that traditional engineering disciplines can be pretty siloed, and I've always been someone who had a large range of interests, and therefore felt like IDES was a good way to kind of touch all of those bases while still keeping the engineering foundation intact with the different math and physics courses required.
What have been the highlights of your experience so far?
I'm going to double down and once again say the people. The classes are great. Focus on stakeholders, which is something that has helped me personally once I've done my internships in industry. It's also been great, but I think the people are the true gem of this program.
So thinking the career you want to go into, how's the program helped you support you towards your career goals?
Absolutely. So for my interest in offensive security, which is a very niche part of cybersecurity, understanding how my decisions impact systems is a really big role once you get into industry. Stakeholders, something that we've talked quite a bit about, is very important to my job. And over the summers, I've gotten to experience how the niche focus in ethics and how my decisions impact users' lives. I've gotten to see that play out in real time, which has been a highlight for me for sure.
Great. Well, I like the shout out to Ethics ID 480 for all our watchers. What types of learners do you think will thrive in our program?
I think simply people who don't fit neatly into one box. If you have any sort of artist stroke in you, or some sort of calling to do more than just one thing, find yourself maybe a jack of all trades, I don't think that there's a better program at the school for harboring those interests, those hobbies, those skills, because they all come in handy at some point. Any feather in the cap is a good one.
All right, well, thank you very much for joining me, Coleman.
Thank you.
As you see here, we graduate about 30 students a year across our concentrations in 2 programs. Our biggest concentrations in recent years are acoustical engineering, general engineering, and visual design engineering. One item you will see here that I haven't mentioned yet is the student design plan of study. Our students can also create their own plan of study outside of the existing concentrations. However, we do find that for most students, they can realize their interests through an existing concentrations. For students that the 9 concentrations may not directly capture their interests, they can often pursue general engineering, where they can create their own plan of study without going through the formal process of creating a new plan of study. Our MD students take their integrated mindset into a wide range of engineering fields, ranging from digital technologies to consumer goods to entertainment. Our alumni also enter graduate programs in engineering design and management that's not shown here. Now I want to emphasize the opportunity to explore a second degree. I emphasize this because our programs already include flexibility, and that flexibility can support a second major. I like to think of our program in terms of engineering plus X, where the X represents something outside of engineering. In particular, we are excited to find ways for students to pursue a second undergraduate degree in the College of Liberal Arts, who recently released their own Degree Plus initiatives. Some combinations fit in 4 years, but others may require an additional semester. Your advisor will help you map out what's realistic. If you're someone who asks, why choose one major when I can shape 2, this is a path worth exploring. On that note, I want to mention 2 caveats. First, I'm not advocating for double majoring in one of our degrees and a second degree in engineering here at Purdue. Second, even if you are interested in exploring interests outside of engineering, you can also do this through minors and certificates, even if a second degree isn't for you. If you're considering MDE or IDS, the best thing you can do is talk with us early. You'll work closely with advisors trained to help you develop a custom plan of study that meets your interests. Your advisor can help you choose your concentration, map out your undergraduate curricular pathway, and build a pathway that supports your long-term goals. Many of our most exciting plans of study begin with a student asking, is it possible to? And in most cases, the answer is yes, and we are here to work with you to make that possibility a reality. Whether you pursue multidisciplinary engineering or interdisciplinary engineering studies, you will join a community of creative, curious, and caring learners. Our faculty and staff care deeply about your success and are committed to empowering our students to leverage their engineering education to shape a better world. Thank you.